Hi everyone, so today I want to show you the actual tutorial for this card which I made during a live stream. So I'm going to make it again, but I'm actually making it for as a commission. This one I'm going to do next. But yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm also going to just show some different ways of decorating it. So this is the card. I actually did a belly band for this one. I'm planning not to do a belly band for the next one. I may change my mind, I'm not sure. But yeah, so you've got this, and then you open it out and you have your double display diamond gatefold card. So that's what it looks like when it's all open, and then it stands on your desk like that. So it's quite big, really is quite a big card. When it's folded down, it's 5 by 7, but obviously when it's opened out, it's a lot bigger than that. A lot bigger. The papers I used on this one were actually from Antonio Makes, from his new Christmas kit. If you use Louise 10, you can get 10% off your order. That's the code to use. Don't forget. This bauble die here was actually from Rosa Studio. And they've done me a new discount code. So if you use iced 20 for Rosa Studio, then you can choose, well, you can either use you can either use the code iced20 and get 20% off your order, or you can use the code MAS, I'll put it up on the screen, and that will mean you get buy 3 and you get one free. So you put 4 items in your cart and you'll get one of those items free. So you can use one code or the other, so use either or. Either use MAS or use iced20, depending what you want. Okay, so I'll put all the details up on the screen anyway, and it'll be all in the description box below. But yeah, so these papers are from Antonio Makes, apart from the red check, which was a Trimcraft first edition pad. But yeah, and then this here was from Paper Mill Direct. It's their sparkle print, and I think it was called something to do with the sea. I can't remember. I'll put it up. I'll put it in the description below anyway. So yeah, so that was that one. So today I'm going to show you how to make it, but this time around I'm actually doing it for someone who is into Aston Villa Football Club. So I've gone for the Aston Villa colours. These were actually stamps, and not a big stamps, and these were like Paper Mania ones, I think, the Ducraft ones anyway. But I've just stamped them onto some blue card and then cut round them freehand, mounted them onto the kind of burgundy card, and then again cut them out. So these are obviously the Aston Villa colours, for those of you who don't know. These dies here, the Happy Birthday, this again was Rosa Studio. So again, don't forget the codes, I'll put them up on the screen again. But I love these dies. This sentiment die particularly, I absolutely love it. So useful. Useful for male and female. Really nice font. Really like those. They cut really well. Really like them. And then this football paper was actually just one that I just made on Canva. It's actually a Canva background, so I just printed it off. So you can't buy this. I mean, if you've gone to Canva yourself, you'd be able to find it. I just think I just typed in football background, something like that, and it came up. So I just printed it off on my laser printer, which makes it really nice. The really good finish it's got on it. And then yeah. Right, so let's get in with the base to start with. So for the base, you need one piece that is 5 by 7, and then you need 2 pieces that are 7 by 10.5. So we're going to go ahead and score these. You will also need 4 pieces of, now I've used whatever I use on the top layer, so it blends. I've used that, but you can use base card, whatever you want to use for this. And these are 1 inch by 4 inches, and there's 4 of those. So let's go ahead and score these. We don't need to score the 5 by 7, that can go to one side. So we're going to go ahead and score these pieces. Okay, so on your 2 large pieces that are 7 by 10.5, you're just going to score them at 2.5, at 5, and at 7.5, and at 10. Okay, so both pieces need to be scored at those measurements. And then you also want to bring in your little 1 by 4 inch pieces, and you're literally going to score them every inch. So you're going to score them at 1 inches, 2 inches, and at 3 inches. So I'm going to do that for all 4 pieces. Okay, so those pieces you just did, you're just going to go ahead and mountain fold all of your score lines. So you should end up with 4 little pieces like that. They can all go to one side for now. We'll come back to those in a bit. And you want to bring in your 2 big pieces that you've done. And what you want to do is, if we just turn them round, starting with the 2.5 inch fold, you're just going to fold that as a mountain, valley, all the way along. And just make sure when you're folding, just make sure they're nice and straight as you burnish. Okay, so you should end up with 2 pieces like that. All you want to do is take one of them and just turn it round so you've got both of your tabs in the middle. So now what we're going to do is take our 5x7 piece and we're going to stick that so this tab goes on the back there like that, and the same with this one here. So it's going to go on the back there like that. So just going to go ahead and stick that down. Now you can either use wet glue or you can use red tape or any other strong adhesive that you've got. I would probably not use normal double-sided just because, you know, this is kind of a construction piece and you really do want it to be stuck well. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. You want to make sure as well that it folds up, you know, that it's folded. So this is, I'm going to stick it this way round. It's the same as what I did with the double gatefold, double display gatefold that I did recently. Just going to put that on like that. There we go. So it's nicely into that corner, and you know it folds shut. If you stick it down flat like this, you might end up with a situation where that then won't fold over. So it's best to fold it over and then stick it. So I'm going to do the same with this one. So I'm going to put some glue on my tab, and then I'm going to take this, turn it all the way over, and then put that right into that corner there like that, and then just make sure that it's actually straight as well. There we go. And so that will give you your nice double display card, which should then nicely fold up and meet in the middle. If you've got a little bit of a gap, that's absolutely fine. It's better to have a little bit of a gap rather than it not be able to fold at all. If you need to re-burnish like I need to, then go ahead, give it another burnish. Okay, so that's what you've got. So now we need to go ahead and decorate. So in the middle here, you're going to need 1 piece of mat that is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and you also need a pattern piece that's 4.5 by 6.5, and that's going to go in the back there. So I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. So now you're going to need to do all these panels here. So in total you need 8 mat pieces, and these need to be 2 1/4 by 6 3/4, and on them you need 8 pattern panels that are 2 inches by 6.5. So I've just gone ahead and I've got these football ones, which are going to go here like this, and then I've also done some plain blue, which I've actually then embossed with a embossing folder, the stripy embossing folder, and they're going to go on these other panels here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to stick all these down. Okay, so there's all the panels on. So when it's folded up, you've got that sort of stripy, and then obviously you open it up and you've got the football. So next what we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and on the original that we did, I did squares that were folded in half, not folded, cut in half to make like triangles. But because obviously it's a football card, I thought this time around I'd do circles, and also to show you guys that you can use other things as well. So I've cut out 4 circles in total, and these circles are about, well, the outer one, the matte layer, is 4.5 across, and then the pattern layer was about 4 1/8. But it really is up to you, as long as it's not, when it's cut in half, as long as it doesn't go past that halfway line, then that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I had a cut one. Originally I had like semicircles here, well, diamonds there and there, not diamonds, triangles there and there. Let me show you. So on this one I've actually got, you know, I've done it so the points meet in the middle. But with it being a football, I thought it might be quite nice if they actually go the other way in the middle, so they're almost like that. So what I've done is I've cut out 4 of those, and then I've gone ahead and I've cut them in half. So 3 of them I've cut in half. So there's 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so I've cut 3 in half, and then one of them I've kept whole because I was thinking about using that on the back, but I will see because I'm not sure if I'm going to use that one or not. So what I'm going to do is this one here, the one on the front, is actually going to go straight on the front like that, and I'm actually going to do it straight to the edge of the card like that, so you've actually got a football. And then what I decided was going to do was use the happy birthday and have a happy and a birthday on it, and just stick it one on one side, one on the other side. And I quite like that idea, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead now and just stick this on the front quickly, and then we'll get into the inside and all the workings of the pop-up bits. Okay, I'm not going to put the happy birthday on just yet, I'll leave that till the end. So if we open it up, what we need to do now is we're going to need to put in our little pop-up footballs, and these are going to go, so they're going to go like, oh, pick one up. So they're going to go in like that, and there'll be another one there. Now this, I was a bit worried this is going to be a bit busy, so I think I might end up doing a circle with just blue on the back, or I might actually cut out the football club badge and put that in the back there. But you're not going to see much of it because we've got the 9 and the 0, which are going to go on top. So in actual fact, I might end up putting the 9 and the 0 on. Yeah, I think I might do that actually. I think I might leave one of those footballs off, and I think I might put the 9 and the 0 on pop-ups and just have the 2 football pop-ups here. So let's do that. This is what I'm saying, we're just mixing it up a bit here, not doing it exactly how I did it before. So in order to progress any further, what we need to do is take one of our little thingy bobs, and you can either use red tape or a strong glue. I'm going to go for a strong glue just because I want it to, you know, to be stuck really well. And we're going to glue all on the ends. This is the cut edge, there's the score line, all on the end there and on the end here, like that. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to start with this one here. I'm going to go halfway, and I'm just going to put those 2 cut ends right into that crease there, and we're just going to stick that down. Now I need to just wait a second for it to stick. You can do this with red tape if you want. I just wanted to do it this way around because it's easier to kind of get it into the corner. Got a bit more wiggle room. Okay, so then when you open that side up, there's your little box. Okay, so we're going to do the same on this side, just in this bit here. So we're going to get another one, and we're going to do the same again. So again, I'm holding on to the folded edge. These are the 2 open cut edges. So I'm just going to put a bit of wet glue on there and a bit of wet glue on there. And then put the 2 cut edges into this corner, into this crease, and again about halfway, top and bottom. And then making sure it's right in the centre. Going to stick it down. Now with it being wet glue, I just need to be careful it hasn't leaked. So I'm just going to pull it up just to make sure there's no strings. Nope, it seems fine. So we'll stick that down. So that gives you your first 2 little boxes. Okay, so then we're going to open this up. Now, I can't just put these anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just take my 9 and my 0 and work out where I want it to be. because I want the boxes to be behind behind the 9 and the 0. So let me just have a look and see if this is going to fit, because I originally cut these out to go on the squares. So it'll be like that, won't it? Like that. So yeah, it should be fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 9 here, which is kind of where I want it to be, just so I can see for the other side. And then I'm going to go ahead. Apologies if the footballs are really kind of doing your head in, because there's a lot of them. But I did want it to be nice and bold and in your hair, you know, in your face. Right, there we go. So I'm going to get some glue on. There we go. So I'm going to take this now and then line that up with the kind of the 9 on the other side, so I can see where it needs to be. Push it into that corner and press down. Okay, and then I'm going to open that up, and so that's stuck there. So that 9 is going to go on there like that. No, actually, I'm going to stick the 9 down. Normally I'd put both my boxes in and then decorate, but I'm going to put my 9 on because then I can see where my 0 needs to go and therefore where my box needs to go. So I'm just going to take a bit of wet glue, just put a bit of glue on the top there. Take my number 9. I'm just going to very carefully hold it in place, get it where I need it to be, which is about there. And then I can then work out where the 0. Now the 9 and the 0 are going to cross over when the card folds down, but it should be fine as long as they're stuck down nicely. You shouldn't have a problem. Right, so there's the 9. The 9's stuck in nicely. So now we're going to stick the 0 in. So if the 0 is kind of there, then I'm just going to put some more glue on this little strut here, again on the cut edge. This can go more halfway, so I'm going to put it about there. And again, just going to fold that down on top of it like that. Make sure it sticks. So when you open it up, there's your little box, and I'm going to stick my 0 on. Okay, so there's your 9 and your 0, which stand up nicely actually. I quite like that. So then what we're going to do is the other 2 semicircle footballs. I'm going to go ahead and stick those on, and obviously I need to be very careful that they're not like this or like that. They line up with that one below. Okay, so again, I'm just going to get some glue and I'm going to put them on top of the boxes and then stick those down. Okay, so I've stuck those down. So when you open it up, you get that, which I'm actually quite pleased with, because those footballs line up and then you've got a 90 in the middle. And when you fold it down, you just have to be a bit careful. Oh no, it's not too bad. It actually folds down quite well. So there we go. And then we're just going to put the happy and the birthday onto the front of our card. So I'm going to have the happy there connected on the left and the birthday there, and it's going to be connected on the right. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick that down. Okay, so there we are, the finished card. So you open it up and there's your 90, and I'm actually really pleased with this, the way it's turned out. Stands on the desk like that, on the mantelpiece from the top view. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. So, and then obviously that just folds down. You have to be careful with some of the circles overlapping and whatever. Okay, so there we go, there you have it. So it's just a different way of doing this one. So I didn't do a belly band on this. I prefer not to do belly bands if possible. So there we go. And then on this one I've put space to write on the back, and so I'm going to do the same with this one. So what I'll do is I will put another cover over the back there, and then a matte, and then a white, and then have birthday, and then the person can write on the back. So yeah, so I hope you liked the card today. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Leave a comment down below. Make sure you use the 2 promotional codes for Antonio Makes and Coca Rosa Studio. It helps me out, but it also obviously helps you out because you get a percentage off. So it's definitely worth doing. Yeah, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.